organizing a little bit there. Saving, organizing, creating. I think we got that pretty much covered. Email attachments. Is there anyone in here having issues with attaching emails, opening, or attaching things to an email, or opening things that have an attachment? Are we pretty good on that? Someone raise their hand if they don't want me to. I don't want to go over something that's going to be a waste.
I'm good with that.
Good with that. Is there anyone that needs me to show that?
Say that again.
Attaching something to an email or opening attachments.
The only issue I have is like I'll make stuff in the newsletter and I submit it to Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I go to open it back up, it moves everything around on my run. But for her, it does it fine. Like
What kind of file is it? Do you know?
Just do it like regular.
Like a Word file?
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be you're using two different file formats or like two different versions of Word, maybe.
And once more, let's do it like one. Like when I open it, and other people can do it. One.
It's only when you're attaching things in emails, though? I don't know.
Okay. But
Sorry.
when you go to open a file that's been sent to you, can you open it? Usually, everyone's fine, and I don't know. It's just in your file.
Now,
They say so.
in Outlook, the attachment you can tell because it has a little paperclip thing. So if you know for sure you are looking for something with a paperclip, in Outlook you can any of these little titles here at the top, you can organize just by clicking on them. So if I know I'm looking for an attachment, when I click on this, now it's organizing it by if they have an attachment. So I don't know if you knew that. I mean, you can organize it, and every time you click on it, these other ones, like this, when I click, it's going to organize it by date, by size. So if you know that it was a really large file size, you'd click here, and then you'd find your file. So if you forget what an email was, this is the same pretty much when it's an email, if you're looking for a file. So let me go back to here, for instance. So if I knew I modified this a long time ago, I can click and then I can go back and see this one that was September 28th of last year, 2 years ago now. And then you can also, if you know the file type, when you go down, Windows 7 is going to organize this according to what kind of file it is too. So then you don't see how then it gives the correct icon and everything. So that's just one of those ways to easily find your stuff, especially if you kind of forget where it was at. Do I have anyone that accesses their email through web-based? Meaning you're going out here. Do it from home?
Yeah.
Make sure you change this to private computer. If you don't change it to private, if there's an attachment or anything, you're not going to be able to open it. So if you have issues where you can't open attachments,
Thank you.
change that to private, and that will fix that. Okay, I think we're one thing just with the sizes. Every time you put something in an email, it's going to change the file size of this. The larger the file size, the longer it's going to take for that person to open it. Like my largest file here isn't very big. 54 megabytes. The easiest way to kind of think about file sizes, if you think of an MP3, like for your MP3 player or iPod or whatever, you figure for each minute of audio you have on that, it's going to be about 1 MB or 1 megabyte. Okay? So this file here is equal to about a 54-minute song, which this would take forever for someone on modem, on dial-up, to download. Does that make sense? So if you really don't understand file sizes, anytime you have video or sound, it's going to make a file size a lot larger. And that's what you have to think about when you're sending attachments and things like that. When you have your video and sound, it's going to make that file size larger. Your text is going to be pretty much next to nothing. If you open up Word and you put in one letter, it's going to be like 1 KB, which is like next to nothing. For every, I don't want to go too in depth here, basically for every megabyte, for every 1 MB, you're talking 1,000 KB, roughly. So that's all I'm going into with file size. Just basically remember, you start putting in videos and audio, it's going to take a lot longer for people to download. This file is the, what is this? This is a newsletter. It's basically pretty high definition. You know, you can zoom in on people. That's why that's so large. So we could probably even move that quality down a little. When you lower your quality, you lower your file size. Like the video that I'm recording on my computer monitor right now, I'm recording this at 65% quality. What that does, it makes the file size a lot smaller, so I can actually put this on a website. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't be, the computer would probably crash because it's just trying to download so much video right now. Because this is audio and video that it's recording.
And where did you say change that?
The quality? Within this program here that I am using,
Oh, okay.
it's going to depend on what programs you're using. You're probably always going to have options. So right here, my quality, I moved it down to 55%. If I left that at 100, it'd be great quality, but this is just something, as long as you can read it and see it and hear it, that's all you need. So you really, it's good to have that quality, but if you don't need it, whatever you're doing in your class, think about what you're using it for. If it's just to get the information to students, like a PDF file, which we're hopefully going to get to today, you want to kind of think what it's going to be used for. So if you don't need the quality, save, because it's going to take time for people to download it, especially on our wireless. If everyone's jumping on it, it's going to slow things down in your classroom. Okay, let's go to the next topic here.